Hi guys, my name is Selena and I am an upcycling fashion designer. And in today's video, I am going to sew along with you the Three Bow Blouse pattern, which we launched on our website. So if you're interested in making this garment with me, you can go ahead and download the pattern. It's exclusively on our website, selenasanders.com. The link is in the description. And please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, because I post videos about how to make a beautiful upcycled clothing that lasts and everything that has to do with maximalist sustainable fashion. Let me tell you a little bit about this style. I love it so much because it's very, very versatile. A lot of people used to ask me if I would sell our patterns, and we are known for the signature square neck puff sleeve tea towel top. And I think this is very, very close to that, and you could probably make your own version of our signature silhouette using this pattern. The one awesome thing about it though is it's very versatile. I love bows. I'm so obsessed with bows, always and forever, whether it's on trend or not. It's just ultra femme, and it's something that just makes me so happy. And the back features an amazing bow detail. You can go ahead and also pause this video if you want to learn how to download, cut together, and piece and assemble the PDF pattern that comes with every download. You can also pause this video if you are wondering how we've gone ahead and cut the fabric to make this project. This video is only for the sewing section, so go ahead and check the other videos out and come back here when you're ready. So just a quick disclaimer, you guys, if you've never made a garment before, and especially if you're not sure of the fit of this pattern, I highly encourage you to go ahead and make a prototype garment. A prototype garment is a test. That means you would have to use fabric that are abundant in your area. You can always use a bed sheet or maybe a pillowcase or something thrifted in the soft home goods section. You'll get a lot of yardage that way. And I encourage you to test the garment first, cut it and sew it, try it on and see if it fits you. This is the only way you'll be able to make adjustments, like maybe lengthening the pattern or maybe getting rid of the elastic on the sleeve hem because a puff sleeve might not be what you would like to do. A test garment really allows you to be able to check the pattern before cutting your vintage fabric. Remember, if you have a vintage fabric, this is the only one you have. You might not be able to go back and make corrections after that. Even in my years of experience, I still make prototypes because I want to make sure that when I cut my final fabric that it will look amazing and fabulous. Also, it gives you a little bit more confidence because you've already done the process one time before. Making clothes is an art form. It is a skill. It's a skill that you practice. And it also requires patience. And if you make a garment that fits well and it's made well, you will love this and you will be proud to wear it. So take your time, enjoy this process, and be present.
Let's get started. Heavily inspired by all of these Art Deco Harlequin and clown images from the 1920s. This vintage fabric I thought was going to be perfect for this design. To create one that looks more like me, I've decided to applique on this very old printed tea towel to go on the neckline. And now I'm ready to cut my pattern. After cutting, I will lay out all the fabric pieces on the table and start mocking up my design. For the sleeves, it will have a ruffle at the hem, just like this photo. You will reference your paper pattern to find out where you are going to place the tunneling of the elastic on the sleeve. There is a separate casing pattern piece that comes with your pattern. This is where the elastic will go through. I've gone ahead and cut the casings for the elastic pieces. I will show you how I am going to attach this later in the video. Now let me show you how I applique on the flower tea towel onto the neckline of our blouse. For this design, I will utilize the print of the fabric and I will fold my tea towel to follow the same style line.
So to begin creating this patchwork, I will make a template, and how I've done that is I've gone ahead and put a blank piece of paper under my fabric, and I've taken my tracing wheel and I will trace around the area.
I'll be running my tracing wheel across the line where the end of the tea towel will go. Don't forget to trace the edges of the pattern as well. With a ruler, draw in your tracing marks. Don't forget the edges of the neckline. See to add a 3/8 seam allowance into the bottom of the template. Then cut. Fold the template in half to make sure it's symmetrical. And take your front bodice pattern to check again if everything lines up. And if it does, go ahead and transfer all the pattern marks onto this template, including center front lines, notches, and dot marks.
So now let's go ahead and cut it, keeping in mind that there is a half seam allowance there. If I want to see these sleeves, I need to start cutting it right there. And you can kind of fold it in half so you can see where it's going.
Proceed to cut your template onto your tea towel. Don't forget to notch and mark the holes. Our applique is now ready to attach to the front bodice. You can stabilize this applique using a stabilizer spray. Once your applique is stabilized, you can then fold in the 3/8 seam allowance and press these seams with an iron before pinning. Go ahead and sew these pieces with your sewing machine. Sew at the edge of the applique. Do this very slowly and make sure that your lines are straight if your applique requires a straight stitch. And now we are ready for the next step. Reference your front bodice paper pattern to locate the darts. Make sure that your dart marks are transferred to the wrong side of your fabric. These dots indicate the end of the darts.
You need to fold your dart from the middle. There are notches here, and the center notch is the fold line, and you want to meet it with the other two and find that center notch.
With some clear invisible tape, tape a straight line starting from the dot to the notch of your dart. The edge of this tape will be used as a sewing guide. If you prefer a different method, grab yourself a washable pen or some chalk and you can draw the line from the dot to the notch. Proceed to sew the darts slowly on your sewing machine. I recommend that you start sewing from the notch towards the dot. You can close off the end of the dart by doing a backstitch on your sewing machine or tie a knot with the threads at the end of the dart. Sew the other dart. Then with an iron, press the seam allowances towards the hemline. We have now reached the end of the first tutorial. To see the next step, make sure to click part 2 of this tutorial.
I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.